Good day, gentlemen. At the end of this class, we should be able to produce the orthographic projection for this camera. And orthographic projection is basically a two-dimensional representation of a three-dimensional object. Yeah. Say, for example, this camera, we have three dimensions. We have one view here, one view looking from here in this direction. That's one dimension. We have a second dimension if we were to look in this direction. And we have a third dimension, which is viewed looking from above. The orthographic projection is pretty much a two-dimensional representation of what you see when you're looking in each of these views. Say, for example, let's call here the front elevation. Here would have been the view from top, would have been the plan. And the plan view, this would have been the plan. The plan view is what you see looking from above. And this would have been one end elevation, end from view from that side. And a second end elevation, which when viewed from another side. In previous class, we looked at orthographic projection. And also this was covered intensively in grade 9 and to an extent grade 8. So let's move a little bit further into this right now. Take, for example, this camera. I will not be going into the first and third angle projection, or probably I should, just in case for those persons who forget. Say, for example, the front should give you a front view, should give you a should give you a good idea of what the object looks like. So the front view here for this camera is what you would see looking from here. And from that, you'd have something looking at this. Have this circle here. And a little piece here to represent this. And something here to represent that. And something here to represent the other side. So these are all two-dimensional dimensions. Here for this section is what we see here, viewing from here. This section here is what we see. All of this is what we see around here, which would be all of that part right here. This section right here is what you would see here. And this face here is what you would see here. And this would be from this end to that end. Even though this is that circular, it would resemble a square if you were to look at it orthographically. So this is the front view. For first angle projection, the front is above the plan, or the plan is below the front elevation, right? So we first draw our front. We then bring all of these down, these points down. So the plan is directly below the front and or should be generated from the front elevation, right? So what we see above, we're going to represent here, which is this. So here we would see this side. Over here would be this side. We have this right here, this knob, which would fall in this space here. And we would have this knob, which would fall between these two lines. We would then have this part here, this part, which would be right here. And for this, we would have a line right here, this line would represent the change in direction or the edge right here. This would be here. We would then have this cylinder which protrudes out. And of course, this will look like a square. So you would not be able to determine that this is cylindrical unless you're viewing it from the front. So in order to see how this really look, you have to combine at least two views, the front and the plan, to have a true picture of how that look. The end elevation is always in line with the front. And to get that, we basically extend these lines out, all these points out, and draw these either at 45 degrees or bring them up. So let's use a different color line there. From this end right here, we draw, it's good to establish your center line first when I do this. When I'm doing this, I'm going to draw the center line here through this first. Draw our center line across, and then our center line up. And then carry this at 45. That at 45. Center line here. And then we bring our construction lines across, everything here bring across, and up, across, and up, across, and up, across, and up. And we also bring those across and up to generate end elevation. So the end is what we would see looking from this side. It's important to note that what you see relative to the front, what you see on the left side of the front, you could draw on the right. That's a general rule for first angle projection. So this now would be like that, and this would be like, this is really not proportional. This is a little bit too wide, but it's okay, work with it. So we would then draw, this would have been here. So the frame would have been formed out right here. As this would come here, that would come here. Looking from here, you would then see this, you have two lines here to represent this. So this would be like here. And this knob would have been, so you would see this knob here running from here. Like here, like that. And you'd have this cylinder now running from here outward like that. So this is what you would see. This would be on the other side. You would not see this from that side. Yeah. So this is pretty much an overview of what this is supposed to look like. All right. Okay, guys, let me take a picture of this, send it into the group, and then continue the actual drawing. Resume recording. Okay, let's start drawing the actual figure here. All right. So the first thing to do here is to change to our construction layer, which is the first thing we normally do, construction layer. And start by drawing here is our front elevation. Our front is taken from here, front elevation. So I'm gonna draw the front as seen. And for this, I'll be using X line. So XL, XL, X line. And I want this to be vertical, vertical. So this is my X line. And I will be using some offset, well, X line, yeah. And probably I should draw the front first. All right, let me not use this yet. Let me use my center line. Center line. All right, I have 10 minutes to go. Whoa, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so I draw that like that, enter. Space bar to reactivate line. Enter. So the front for this is 100 by 60. So I'm gonna draw a rectangle, change to my construction layer, draw a construction, rectangle, click here, rectangle, and I'm gonna draw rectangle. I'm using dynamic input. This is 100, comma, 60, enter, and this is it. I'm gonna move this now in place here. M, enter. Select object to be moved, enter. I'm gonna choose M2, could choose M2 pair, I could track these points. So I track that up and I track this across there. And that's my midpoint, move that there. Next, I need to draw the circle. The circle has a diameter of 50, mean radius is 25. Radius is 25.
So I put the cross there, so the dotted cross.
Circle.
Why put the dotted cross?
Oh.
Why put the dotted cross?
It's center line, son. Always use center line. That's a correct line. And once there's a center, you must use the center line. So here is the center. Yeah. Okay. So we have that. The next thing we want to have on our front is this. And this is 30 by 10. Again, you click rectangle. And I'm using dynamic input, 30, comma, 10, enter. That's the front. This has a diameter of 20 and a height of 5. So space bar to reactivate rectangle. Click here and 20, comma, 10, enter. So this is the knob for that side. Over here, this is 20, again, this is 20 by 10, so I hit here, rectangle, 20, comma, no, 5, 20, comma, 5, enter. Oh, space bar. This is 20, comma, 5, enter. All right, yeah, so we have this now. Now, I need to drop in, so this one goes here, M, enter. Select here as my base point. I need to deactivate my orthogonal mode or force it to go right there. So this is in place. Now this is in. I'm going to move this, deactivate orthogonal mode, move M, enter, specify here as my base point, and I'm going to use from here 1, 5, 1, 5. No, that is -5. That's minus, oh no, well, 1, 5, enter. And that drops in place. I'm gonna move this, M, enter, select here as my base point, and I go up. So I delay right here. When this turns that green, I simply go across, that's that X, and I type 1, 5, enter. Again, all of these things are in that little textbook. Once you go try and read them, brethren, you go on metric. All right, so this is pretty much what the front is like. So the front is pretty much done. Now, draw the plan. To draw the plan for this, we're going to use X line, XL, enter, XL, enter. We're gonna draw some vertical lines, and we're gonna draw a vertical line from here, one through this point, one here, one there, one here, one through the center, one here, one here, one there, one at this point, one there. Escape. Now I'm gonna start drawing the base for this. The top view. We know that this is all right. We normally start this at a distance of 15 to 20 millimeters down. So I'm gonna start line, and I'm gonna use dynamic input. I delay right here, then I type 20, enter. Start my line right. Come on, line 20, enter, and this line starts there. Activate my orthogonal mode. Escape. Offset O, enter. Offset 30, 30, enter. Select this, down, escape. So this is now the frame for that. I'm gonna use a rectangle to draw the outline for it. Here with that. Escape. Now I'm gonna delete these. I don't need those right now. Delete.
How you say you get the distance coming down, so where do you
I
highlight?
use object stop tracking. Object stop tracking. Again, I'm gonna recommend that you guys get closer to that book, because some of these things you don't really have much, they're pretty much everything is there in a step I can go through. I have 3 minutes to go, so I'm really trying to rush this thing, son.
Come on, there things, sir.
Yeah, so no, I want a rectangle. I want a rectangle for this part, and this rectangle is 20 by 20. REC, enter. Click right here. 20, comma 20, enter. And this circle, what a circle now? Circle. Click right here. Radius is 10, 0, enter. And this is 30 by 30. REC, enter. Click right here. 30, comma 30, enter. 30 by 30. So now I'm going to need a line right here, a center line right here, a line right here. Copy. CO, enter. Specify the base point. Base point is right here. I want it to be between these 2 points, so I'm gonna right here. Yeah, escape. So now I'm going to copy this one, move this one, enter. I'm gonna track these 2 points here and there, and I'm gonna move it up to this point right here. Hold on, I'll be right there again. Escape. See, I'm using the same color that threw me off now. I should be using a different color for my construction line. It's good to draw with different color, all right. Let me change this to different color. That color, so you don't confuse me. So this is supposed to fall right here. All right, yeah, right here, right in the middle of this. So right in the middle of this right here. Let me draw a line from here. All right, let's track this down to here. enter. Then I'm gonna move this to place. M, enter. That there. Then move it to this point right here. No, not there. I think it's the wrong place I moved it in. I'm trying to rush so fast to get this thing. I can't get it done within that time. It's not possible. Oh, this is too big. This is too big. Delete. This is too big. I won't be able to finish this within the time. It makes sense to try. So this is the distance for it. This is the